yeah, brother. Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by humans. Human beings have all joined hands across America, and they've all voted this as the greatest podcast they've ever listened to. So that means you're going to like it, unless you're not a human, then you can't kill somebody with no body. Shout out to everyone who tuned in live right here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. Today is Friday. We do this podcast on Fridays right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. We have that one boy 34, Moobot, iBook Boy, UK, Sharky Genie, Chris Loves 40s, Venus Die Traps, Doug Desatels. It's a quiet, sort of intimate atmosphere today because for once we're on time. I'm only 10 minutes late. And if we go back a week, I was an hour and a half late last week. It's usually because of me being hungover. Sometimes it's because I have other things to do. I think 2 weeks ago it was because I had to wait for a call from my tax guy just to rip me off. I'm going to find a new tax guy if anyone cares. If anyone out there does taxes, let me know. So I have all these excuses, but today no excuses, man. We're getting it done. It's been a very, very busy weekend. I made a list of things that I all had going on within the same 3 or 4 days, and let me read it off to you. I had the Kaizo Cup, where I had to commentate video games, and I did that without any sleep. I stayed up until 6:30 a.m. Asian John came to town. I was trying to get a tattoo by him. I had to go to an Easter barbecue, and then my grandpa had to go to the airport at 3 a.m. Jeannie came to town. I have a skate contest on 420 that I skipped. On 423, I have a skate punk show that I have to judge. Chowder and Mikey Whitehouse came to town. I had to get Ninja Review done. I had to skateboard, and I got this weird fucking issue going on with my skin. And add other things, that's just the shit that was kind of semi-planned. And I'm like, oh my God, there was too much going on. Too much going on for this week, but we got through it. We got everything done. And last week we had such a short podcast because I didn't experience anything fun, right? Half of this podcast is us discussing the news. And if there's nothing interesting in the news, which there's not, okay, not locally, then I just talk about fun things that happened this week during my life. Last week, nothing fun happened. So we just had sort of an empty podcast where I just bitched about everything. But today is different. Today we have each other. I have a whole little notepad of things. And I've been going out a lot. So the more conversations I have with people, the more fucking fun ideas that come to my head. Whatever, dude. So I found out today via Facebook memories that today, April 22nd, exactly 10 years ago, was the day I first injured my back, my spine. So I always tell you guys it's been 8 years, but I guess I was lying. Or either that or I've been saying 8 years for 2 years. Because my Facebook memory came up and it was my back is injured. And that was in 2012. Jeez Louise, 10 years I've had a terrible spine. It's gotten really bad this year, but I got the stretches going on. Life's going good, whatever. You know what, let's do trivia. I have a really difficult trivia question today. Okay, so maybe I'll give you guys an extra sticker. By the way, this is the only podcast in the world that gives away free Ninja Lifestyle stickers delivered directly to whatever American address that you want them to be delivered to. You could win the podcast and send these to a friend. You could win the trivia on the podcast. You can't win the podcast. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm going to fucking blow it today. I'm a fuck up. You can't kill somebody with no body. So yeah, we're giving away stickers. All you have to do is answer this question correctly. The question is, name 2 of the 5 layers of my balls. No, name 2 of the 5 layers of Earth's atmosphere. There's 5 layers, all right, in the Earth's atmosphere. And I don't know, if you would have asked me this, I think I could have gotten 1. Because there's a casino in Las Vegas named after one. And I think I would have gotten that one right. But the other ones, I don't know. So, by the way, guys, cheating is allowed. And it's encouraged. Cheating on the podcast trivia question is allowed. You guys can look it up. Chris Loves 40s says stratosphere and mesosphere. All right, Chris Loves 40s, you are the winner. And you just send me a DM after the podcast and collect your prize. Hell yeah. I thought, you know what it is, dude? We have nights where I ask something so fucking easy. I'm like, hey, what was the first president of the United States? And I get people saying shit like ballosphere. I get people saying like, oh, my uncle fucking Larry. And I don't know if they're being funny or dumb. Like half of them are funny, but then half of them are like George Bush. And I'm like, oh, maybe you're fucking 12 years old. Maybe you thought the first president was existing when you were born. I don't know. I feel like there's so many idiots in here. Pardon my French, omelette du fromage. That when I ask a hard trivia question, I'm like, oh man, am I shooting myself in the foot here? I don't know. Cat makes his ballosphere. iBookBoy says epidermis and subduenus. I think he was still on the balls question. Venus Diatribe says taint testes. I think there's a lag issue here. I think there might be an issue with the lag for some of you. Maybe you guys are on cell phones. But it's been an interesting week, dude. Asian John came to town. Told me he'd give me a tattoo. Let me explain to you guys. Asian John's in a fucking gang now. Okay, it's called a social club, quote. It's basically he's in like the Hells Angels, but they don't have bikes. And it's not the Hells Angels. They just have their patches. They walk around in groups. They have like a hierarchy. Like one's the leader, one's the shooter, one's the lower ranks, and they rise in the ranks. And they took me to a rockabilly car show. I'm like, I feel a little bit out of place. Also, I'm not in the gang. They would actually, I'm joking. They'd be actually really annoyed and offended if I called it a gang. But Doug says gas prices are so bad, motorcycle gangs be walking. I'm gonna send that to him after this. I'm gonna send that to Asian John. That was a really good one. So they take me up there. Like it's like one of those things where you think you know what rockabilly is until you go to a casino where the entire casino is rockabilly outfits, and you're like, whoa, this shit is fucking weird. I'm definitely out of place in my jeans and white t-shirt. They had fucking gang unit metros, cops are all over the casino. I'm like, dude, this rockabilly gang shit is fucking getting out of hand. What is going on here? Everybody's got a fucking toothpick in their fucking mouth. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I went over there, wandered around. These guys are playing craps. I'm trying to also be a good host too. You know, they're ordering drinks. They're getting the shit fucking ripped off out of them. I'm like, bro, if we go over here, if you guys like twisted tea, or if you like, you know, Modelo's, we go over here, I can get you the beers for half price. They're like, fuck it, I want to be by the craps table. I'm like, dude, okay, fine. Waste money. And of course, when I say that, when I try and be like high and mighty and I say some shit like, fine, guys, we're at the casino, waste your money. Of course, they all fucking win, you know, $500. Of course. Like, what else would happen? So we do that. We barbecued a little bit. Again, I broke my diet. I've been breaking my diet a lot lately. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I gained a pound back. But I've been pretty hyped because today I put out a video of me skateboarding. Some of the comments said, wow, you're looking thin, Ninja. This guy, Jeff, the other day came into the bar. He said, did you lose some weight? I'm like, damn, dude. I'm only a month and a half into this diet. I'm already like, some people said my face is changing. Imagine after another month, I'm going to look like a stick. Look like a stick figure. Look like Sharky Genie, goddammit. Speaking of that, Sharky Genie's back in town. We're going to a hockey game after the podcast, so that'll be a fun experience for her. Never been to a hockey game. She also ate her first asparagus. We're out here just opening up her life to the wonders of the world. Exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, troposphere. Twitter. I've been on Twitter a little bit lately. Twitter's where I put my thoughts that I want to remember for the podcast. So whenever you see me tweet something that makes no sense, it's usually just me trying to remind myself. I also do that in the Discord sometimes. But I witnessed something the other day. I was waiting at a red light and I watched somebody crossing the street and they were just looking, they were like scanning the ground for things. And they pick up, you know, 3% of what's left of a cigarette, put it in their mouth and start smoking a filter. And then they keep walking and then they pick up another one off the ground. And I thought to myself, this would make a great Twitter poll. So I would love to ask you guys in the chat and those of you who might be listening on Podbean or YouTube or iTunes, I have a question for you guys. Do you think the bending down, scanning the ground, walking around, picking up cigarettes off the ground, do you think that's nicotine addiction? Is that you really love cigarettes, or that you have some tweaker mentality? Like you've done a lot of uppers in your life, or maybe meth, or maybe you did heroin back in the day, and now you're just stuck, like just doing weird shit. You got that mind freeze. Do we think that? Listen, I know a lot of people that smoke cigarettes, okay, and when they run low on money, they just start smoking less cigarettes because they can afford less cigarettes. Okay, so my vote is it's tweaker mentality over cigarette addiction, right? Because here's the thing. Let me explain it to you guys. I want to hear your thoughts too. My thought is if you're scanning the ground already, maybe you're not just looking for cigarettes. Maybe cigarettes are a bonus. You're probably out there looking for pennies and nickels and dimes so that maybe one day when you're big and strong, you can buy your own pack of cigarettes. No, probably have to go buy a fucking sack of meth, like, or something. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm taking a lot of liberties here, you know, imagine my imagination of what this situation is, but it seems like I see that all the time now. If I drive down the street, you know what? I'm going to be looking for it today, and I will let you guys know if I see it today. I'm going to be driving across town today. I guarantee you at least once I'll see somebody just scanning the ground, and they will bend down and pick up just a crumb off the ground. They're like, "Oh, I thought that was a cigarette." Nope, just a rock. Just a piece of childhood chalk. Kids drawing chalk on the sidewalks. Remember the good old days? Keith says, with the price of smokes now, anyone that makes less than $50,000 does that. iBookBoy says, I think nicotine addiction. Sharky Genie says tweakers. Venus Dietrap says, you know you're addicted when you do the action alone. Well, here's the thing. You know what? We could really change. We could change the tweaker like scenario if we got them in like sweep teams, right? If you know how they search for like bodies in the forest. You know, everyone's about 20 yards apart, and they sweep an area. You get 15 tweakers together, right? You could sweep a whole parking lot. You put everybody, 15 feet apart, and just have them scanning. And then at the end, they pool what they find and split it nicely. Oh yeah. Speaking of rockabilly gangs, no, I'm joking. Get all your friends together and do that. You know what? Like, it's when everyone gets together, they go pick up litter or something, except this time it's just everyone. Or what they could do, here's what they do. They all put it together, and then they unravel the leftover tobacco, and then they get one of those Popeye pipes. The octopipe. Oh my God, I'm freestyling this. They get the octopipe. I've invented this. It's a tobacco pipe with 8 stems. And then they find all the tobacco that's in the parking lot, and they all just drizzle it on top of the pipe. And then the designated leader is the one that lights it, and then they all have 1.5 puffs. And then that's their job well done, men. We'll meet again at 6 a.m., and we'll do this at Walmart tomorrow. And then after that, we'll go to the grocery store. Then after that, the mall. You know what? That, I don't know where that topic just led us, but it's not where I wanted to end up. The octopipe, really? Nice podcast, idiot. I've been watching the new season of Better Call Saul, and here's my thing, okay? The new season is really good. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to keep this topic really short. I don't know why some shows, why they need to have 5 terrible seasons to have 1 good season. Like, the first 5 seasons are complete trash. They're not very interesting. It's like a drama. It's like a slow unfolding shitty drama. And now finally we're in like a meth gang shootout fucking show. That's what I wanted the whole time. So finally, Better Call Saul has become good. It's just sad that I had to wait 5 fucking seasons for that. So here's where we ended up. We can talk about that another time if any of you guys have been watching that. Mike Tyson. There's a song on the radio where it goes, "That's my type. That's my type." It's just some chick screaming, "That's my type." Whenever I listen to it, I think she's saying "That's Mike Tyson." And that would be a better song for me. I think that would be, like, that's a song that I would come up with in my head if I was, like, walking down the street and I looked over and I saw Mike Tyson, like, in the middle of a bunch of paparazzi. And in my head, I'd go, "That's Mike Tyson. That's Mike Tyson. No. That's Mike Tyson. That's Mike Tyson." That's what I would say. That would be my song. Anyways, Mike Tyson beat the fuck out of somebody on a plane. And the video that's been released is so hard to understand what's going on. I guess some fan asked Mike Tyson to take a selfie with him, and he did. And then the fan was sitting behind Mike Tyson on the airplane and was like just being weird. It looked like the guy was like drunk, possibly on maybe like a hallucinogenic, mushrooms, acid or something. Just being weird, just like yelling, being loud, fucking touching Mike Tyson, bothering him. And then the camera cuts to Mike Tyson punching this guy, and you can't really see much. The camera's kind of shaking. You can't really see what happened. And then the next cut is the guy with like his head bleeding, and he's making this face. He's making, it looks like a sad face, but it's how you would make a sarcastic sad face. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, it's this face. You poke out your lips and you make like a cartoon like duck lip frown. I'm trying to explain this because some of you guys don't watch the podcast. You simply listen to it. So just picture sticking your lips out like a duck and then making a frown. So you look like you're making like a cartoon frown as this guy's bleeding. So it's almost, I'm going back to like the mushrooms thing. I think that that's how you would feel sad on mushrooms. You would actually like act out with your lips how sad you feel. Either that or the guy was hoping to get punched, and that was his sarcastic way to say, I'm sad. You guys would have to see the video. Whoever's seen the video knows exactly what I'm talking about. So do yourself a favor, go check it out. Here's the thing. Mike Tyson is a reformed man, right? I mean, it's speculation, right? I shouldn't speculate how this guy acts and how he lives. But he's a calm, collected, intelligent guy. He has the ability to kill you, but he never does. Doesn't kill anybody. You never hear him in no disputes. You never see him freaking out ever. He's just a chill guy. He smokes weed, relaxes. You got to really like go overboard to piss this guy off. And from the video I saw, this guy really, really, really went overboard. So a car accident in the way of like, you're like I don't want this to happen, but I kind of wonder what would happen if somebody fucks with Mike Tyson. I'm kind of, does he still got it? Looking at us. So you're kind of like, like, you're kind of like sometimes hoping that someone would fuck with him just so you could see what would happen. I guess the car accident was not the best metaphor because I don't sit on the corner and kind of hope that someone gets in a car accident. That's not what I meant. Bad metaphor. Moving on. I've been driving a lot to the airport lately. I think driving is what makes my back sore the most. And I also had this thing that made me feel like a super bitch. I was driving to the airport yesterday. I drove 3 times in the past 5 days. Once for Asian John, once for my grandpa, and once for Jeannie. And my wrist was hurting. And I know this makes you sound like such a pussy, but I drive with like a limp wrist. I don't know why. My right hand's like limp wristed. You know you're supposed to drive at 10 and 2. I drive at like 2 and like 7:30. Like fucking like a weirdo. And I lean to my side. Maybe that's why I have this fucking scoliosis. But my wrist fucking hurts, dude. And then my back hurts. And I'm like, at one point I had to drive underhanded. I had to drive like a granny shot. I'm driving down the fucking 15. I'm like, dude, does anyone else have these fucking pains? To be honest, the reason I stopped going to LA, I used to go like every month or two, is I hate the drive so much. And there was one time where I got invited to the Braille House to go to a Revive premiere, and I turned it down. I turned it down because I didn't want to drive. That's 8 hours from where I am, 8-hour drive. I said, dude, me driving 4 hours to LA hurts. I'm not driving 8. Luckily, Tex stepped in. Tex said, hey, I'll drive. So then I got there fine. It was great. I made it out there, but you know your back is hurting. And now apparently my wrist is hurting from jacking off. Apparently, like, you know that your back is hurting when that's your complaint. You're like, I don't want to have fun with my friends. That's literally what it came down to. I don't want to have fun with my friends because I can't drive, and I can't drive because my back hurts. Yeah, enough about me. Ay, man. So the Kaizo Cup was fun, and I feel like there was a lot of great commentators. Let me explain what it was, okay? We had 8 people. They're all playing Mario World. You guys have seen me playing Mario World. I play these custom levels that are extra hard. It's not the same as Mario Maker. If you say that, I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. It's not Mario Maker. It's Mario motherfucking World. Mario MMFW. Mario motherfucking World. And 8 of the best players are all playing against each other, tournament style. And I was on there talking, commentating. I'm like, oh, he's got a tough jump coming up. Oh, man. Oh, he's coming from behind. Oh, look at this. They're only about 10 seconds apart. Kind of doing like play-by-play commentary. I had a co-host. It was me and him. Me and this guy, Mo, who... I actually thought, so God damn it. There's so much to talk about. I'm saying everything out of order. This tournament was being run by people from Germany. So I had to do it on German time. So it was 6:30 a.m. in the morning. And oh my goodness. I was faced with that decision like 6:30. Okay, do I go to sleep early? That's impossible. Okay, well, it's 4 a.m. What do? I said, you know what? I'll go watch TV in bed, in a quiet room. I'll watch TV in a quiet room, and that will kind of be like sleeping. And it worked out great. I woke up, I did my commentary. I did this once before, and it was also at like 6 a.m. It wasn't a German tournament. It was something else. It was a charity thing, and I was just beat. Dude. You could hear it on the old one. I'm like, so thanks to everybody that ran this thing or whatever, man. I'm happy to be here. No. I decided if I'm gonna be out there commentating for people that don't already know me, I want to be at my best. So man, it went great. It went super good, man. I kept the crowd hyped. I commentated a really close match, and I did make one fuck up though. Okay, you guys saw it coming. Everyone saw it coming. Everyone saw this fuck up coming, and I'll explain why. Because it was a fuck up. I wasn't supposed to say the F word. I was commentating, and at some point they're like, okay, don't talk politics. Don't be too crazy. And this is a family-friendly event on Speed Gaming, twitch.tv/Speed Gaming. Don't say anything. Don't say the F word. Don't say anything bad. I was like, cool, easy. I can do that. Oh man, I said it. Right in the middle, dude. Right in the middle of it. I was like, man, this is a close match, dude. Canucks really fucking up. And I'm like, oh shit. Like in my head, I'm like, shit. And then I'm like, damn, now I said it twice. Now I said two bad words. No. And then, dude, I look over to my right, and the chat room's just like losing it. They're just everyone's laughing at me. And then I don't know how big of a, I don't know if it's a big problem or a small problem. I don't know if they're gonna I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble. Like not that no one can get me in fucking trouble, but you know, I certainly want to be invited back. So I'm having this huge like guilt trip all at once, and I'm just like, but I'm laughing too because I'm looking at the chat. I'm like, sometimes when something embarrassing happens or when you fuck up, sometimes I leave my body and then I leave my body to look at myself to see what I look like, and then that makes me laugh. So when I should be feeling bad, I start laughing because I'm like, dude, this looks hilarious. This is terrible. Kind of like when I shit my pants. I usually start laughing. Like I'm super embarrassed. Obviously, I'm super embarrassed. There's shit in my pants. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't be shitting my pants. But then I go out of my body and I look at myself and I say, man, this is fucking hilarious. This motherfucker just shit his pants. Like it's the same situation. I shit my pants on stream, basically. I shit my pants during the Kaizo tournament. But I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that. I want everyone to know it won't happen again. And then I just kept going. I tried to change the subject. But yeah, that's everyone was bringing that up. The next day, I'm in the other people's chat rooms, and they're like, hey, dude, you did a great job on commentary. And man, I really was laughing when you said the F word. I'm like, God damn it, dude. I did it again. But yeah, I said sorry. It was fine. It really wasn't that big of a deal. It was worth talking about, though. Like I said, there's not that much has been happening this week, dude. Asian Sean was in town. We ate. I went to a barbecue the other day, and I don't really know how to explain this barbecue, dude. Girl Ryan invited me to an Easter barbecue, and the theme of it was Slutty Jesus Easter barbecue. What does that mean, Slutty Jesus? I don't know. And then I called. I said, hey, you guys are right by Rye Dog's house. I'm gonna invite Rye Dog. They said that's cool. And then she said, wear your bikini top, and that way we can say that you're being a slutty Jesus. And I'm like, what? So I did. I grabbed my bikini. You know, I always got that shit on hand. Grab my bikini. I walk in. First thing I see is two men dressed as women, and then I look down at myself. I'm now the third. I am now the third man dressed as a woman, but I only had the bikini top on. I had the bikini top, and then I had like my jeans, so I just looked extra weird. I look across the room. There's a guy with complete makeup, leggings, and just like a women's outfit, and then another guy with like black, like Juggalo face paint, but also wearing women's clothing. And I'm just like, dude, what did I walk into? I look at the wall. There's a big poster of an anime Jesus, like an anime with the big anime eyes, like Sailor Moon or like Dragon Ball Z. Anime Jesus, and it says, pin the nail on the Jesus. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck party is this, man? And I walk a little bit further, and there's some fucking dude doing karaoke of some obscure fucking 70s band, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this party? And it gets worse. I go into the backyard, and there's a dog, German Shepherd puppy, cowering in fear, which is how we all felt on the inside. I'm sure everyone wanted to cower in fear the moment they walked into that party. And whatever, it worked out. You know what it is? You get in those situations where you feel a little bit awkward, a little bit out of place, a little anxious around these weird people. I don't know everybody. Everyone's dressed kind of unusually, and there's this weird like anti-religion thing going on, and this guy's singing terrible karaoke. You know what I say to myself? This is a problem that can be solved with more alcohol. So I immediately go to the fridge, boom, pound my 211, pound a Modelo, pound a Modelo, pound a Modelo, and everything got normal. I looked around and said, oh, you know what, dude? These are just people partying. Everything's fine, right? More beer. What? More whiskey. What? Tequila. What? Oh, tequila. I tried to drink tequila on stream the other day. It was embarrassingly bad. I've never been like had shame about it. Okay. I tell you guys, you know, there's some alcohols I can drink. I could hit the whiskey. I could hit the vodka. Motherfucker, you bring out the scotch, I'll sip on that. You give me an ice cube, I'll sip on it. I'll do what I can. Bring out the beer, I'm good. Oh shit, all we have is like Guinness? Ew, gross, but I'll still drink it. I can get over it. Newcastle, not my favorite. I'll drink it though, whatever. You bring out the tequila, I gotta walk away, dude. So I tried to drink some tequila on stream the other day, and bro, I made that face. That first time ever trying alcohol face where you go, oh. I had to dump that shit out, man. I had somebody, the previous time John was in town, one of his like club leaders offered me a tequila shot. I was like, I don't want to be rude, because I know you motherfuckers can be can get a little wild. But I'm also like, ugh. So I pretended to take a shot and then sat it down and walked away quickly. I can't drink it, dude. I really can't. It's just gross to me. I watch people drink it, and that's fine. Tex loves tequila. A lot of my friends like tequila. I think even Jeannie doesn't mind tequila, but me, no. And it's not an issue of like, oh, if I drink it, I'll fucking do something crazy. No, if I drink it, I'll immediately throw up. Do you want, first off, here's what I always say. I say the same thing about tattoos. They say, oh, you keep jumping on the tattoo. I'm like, okay, cool. Put like the numbing cream on my belly button, and I won't jump. And then outsiders go, why, are you a bitch? And I go, no, I just want this guy to do a good tattoo. I want him to do a good tattoo. He wants to do a good tattoo, and I want the tattoo to look good. So yeah, I'll do the numbing cream on the belly button so that I don't jump, so I don't ruin the tattoo. Cool. Does that sound logical? Sure. I'll show you guys why that matters with tequila. Guy buys a bottle of tequila, says, Steve, Ninja, would you like a shot of tequila? I say no. He says, don't be a bitch, dude. I say, well, if I drink this tequila, I'm going to spit it out and throw up. And I go, so what does that mean? That means you made me do tequila because I'm a bitch or whatever, but now who's going to clean up this mess on the floor and how much tequila got wasted? Like now no one's going to drink it because it's on the ground. So who wins? Does anyone win? No, we all lost? Okay, well then how about you shut the fuck up and don't give me the tequila? I'll go to the store and I'll get my own drink. That will be fine. You know what I mean? It's a situation where nobody wins, but people still like to do this, like, well, don't be a bitch. Like, don't be a bitch. Okay, if you want, I can grab the tequila and I can smash it on the ground if you want us all to waste it. I could chug the whole bottle and then barf it on the ground and then no one can have it. And then now who's the bitch? Go ahead, go buy another bottle, you punk bitch. Whatever. I know I'm exaggerating the story, but there's a lot of situations in life that are like that. And for me, it always boils down to somebody saying you're a bitch. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. That's how it goes. Oh, Jeannie says, does tequila make your clothes fall off? No, it makes my throat melt. It makes my throat melt like acid, and then I barf it up as my body trying to self-preserve. It's not bomb, dude. So yeah, Kaizo Cup was fun. This hockey game's gonna be great, dude. Golden Knights. I'm wearing a Golden Knights shirt right now. If you guys are watching visually, Golden Knights are not looking good. Not looking good. I know a lot of you guys aren't into sports. To be honest, I'm not really either. I'm a fan of the Golden Knights because the name Vegas is above them. The Las Vegas Golden Knights, okay? I'm also a fan of the Las Vegas Aces, right? The women's basketball team. Do I like women's basketball? Fuck no. It's terrible. It's god-awful. I'd rather watch third grade basketball. Sorry, no offense, but yes, it's offensive, motherfucker. It's offensive how bad you guys are at playing basketball. But I'm a fan of that team because motherfucker, it says Las Vegas on it. I think we have a soccer team too, though. The Lights, the Las Vegas Lights. We have some soccer team. We have a lot of cool teams out here. The Raiders. I'm not a big fan of football in general. I'm definitely not a big fan of the Raiders because you can't make no Raiders friends without somebody starting a fight at a bar. But yeah, I like anything Las Vegas related. But then I talk to people that really know hockey, and they're like, what do you think about them trading Johnson for Eichel and salary cap on the assistant coach? And then what do you think about that new line change about the rules for offsides? They're changing it by 3 inches. And I really enjoyed Fleury when he was on the Penguins, but now he's on the Predators, and I think he's not doing so good this year. I'm like, bro, I don't watch all hockey, bro. I watch one team, and I barely I barely understand what's happening. Okay, I think our franchise gets the most hate out of any other hockey franchise because a lot of the fans are just like me. We're not fucking hockey fans. We're fans of the city. You guys, you brought hockey to us. We're just fans of the city. So I realize whenever I talk to a hockey person how fucking dumb I am, how ignorant I am, how ignorant I am of the sport. I can't have this conversation, you know what I mean? Hey, you catch the Leafs game? I'm like, no, the Leafs. The Las Vegas Leafs? No, well, that's not the name? Then no, I didn't watch it. That's the way I feel, man. Anyways, that's all I got in my notes. We made it here to about 33 minutes of the podcast. Look, we put our mind to something. We get out there. We talk about hockey. We have a busy week. And this is what we get. Happy 420, by the way, everybody. I did not smoke weed on 420. I didn't smoke weed on 421. I tell you guys all the time, I like to smoke the weed at home right before bed. And if I'm sleepy, I don't need the weed. If I need to go to sleep and I'm not sleepy, smoke the weed. There you go. That's that. Sharky Genie, want to tell about the present I made you? Sharky Genie made a lock, painted a lock that says Steve and Genie. It's a lock that she painted, and I said, oh, a lock because I'm into picking locks, right? That's my little side hobby. That's my hobby that I started for the pandemic. Apparently, this bitch got the most fucking advanced lock known to man because I cannot get in that bitch. I don't know. She sabotaged it somehow. I don't know what's going on with that, but I can't get in it. I can't figure it out. Anyways, that's all I got for the podcast. Give me a hell yeah, everybody, so I can shout out those of you who tuned in here live on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle every Friday right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. I would love for you guys to donate money, all right? Sometimes people donate, sometimes they don't. And some people are broke, right? Gas prices are through the roof. Have you seen the price of meat lately, friends? It's expensive. It's expensive. So if you can't donate money, you don't have to. Tell a friend. Donate your voice to the world around you, right? Shout out to I Blast You, Sharky Genie, North Shooter, iBook Boy, Infamy, Bravo Money Sign, I Blast You, Polar Tell, Sharky Genie, Infamy, iBook Boy. I feel like I might have left somebody out there. Appreciate you guys showing up. That's all I got. I think we had a fun time. If it's Friday where you are, then have a safe weekend. If you guys are watching the repeat of this podcast, it comes out on Sunday on YouTube, iTunes, and Podbean. It's also on the podcast app. So whatever you guys got, you can find it. Tell a friend. You can listen to this on your way to work. It comes out early in the morning Sunday. So on your Monday drive to work, you can check out this podcast. Anyways, enjoy your weekends. As I always say, don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. Did you hear Mike Tyson's on the Las Vegas Leafs? No. Fuck up.